But it is my pleasure. Oh, I'm sorry. Not high enough.
Can't hear you. Just lift it up.
Now it's going to go harder. It is my pleasure and absolute privilege to introduce Deb Kinsey. So I'm getting coach. So is that better? This is my absolute privilege and pleasure to introduce Deb Kinsey. I have my introduction. Have you ever sought true purpose and joy in your life? In everything you do? It's not easy, and it takes time to find it. Our speaker today, Debbie Kaminsky, has discovered a powerful way to find it. Ever since she took her first counseling job, Debbie, a clinical psychologist, has been speaking, teaching, and healing wounded souls nationwide. Now, 4 decades later, she continues to lead seminars and provide coaching sessions, touching countless lives every year. Today, she will reveal the 3-step process included in her forthcoming book, Goodbye Past, Hello Purpose, that helped liberate her from a 20-year battle with anxiety and depression. This process will empower you to take hold of your life, to define and shred the lies you have kept you hostage and unwillingly sabotage your relationship for years, maybe decades. Debbie will show you how to find peace, purpose, and joy in personal and professional relationships in a way that you never knew existed, and you'll leave with the truth about who you are so that you can be successful in all areas of your life. Please welcome Deb Kaminsky.
Well, good morning. Good morning. So good to see all of you. Oh, it's a little chilly out here, isn't it? We didn't think it would be quite this cold. Yeah, I think I'll just hold it. So the question is, what do cupcakes and God's purpose have in common? Anybody know? Now, did you all enjoy a little cupcake over there? I hope so. Okay, if not, there are more. And I went home and grabbed the grapes, too. So if you want something healthy, that's there as well. Well, you know, I love cupcakes. Does anybody else here really like a good cupcake? A couple of people who like good cupcakes. You can get any kind of cupcake these days, can't you? You can get salted caramel. You can get a peanut butter fudge with that peanut butter mousse in the middle and then that nice fudgy frosting on top. Do you know, on the internet the other day, I saw a Mountain Dew bacon cupcake. I think that might be going a little too far, but then I thought, well, you know, sweet and salty might be kind of good. Hey, turn to your neighbor and tell your neighbor what your favorite cupcake is. Free. All right, somebody else making it for you. Free, I heard. I don't know what else you got. What, anybody want to shout out what they love? What'd you say? Red Velvet.
Double A Catering.
Double A Catering makes really good cupcakes.
The almond one.
Yeah, oh, there's so many good ones. Yeah, well, so when I look at this cupcake, I see a lie that is handed to me. Because I can't do my purpose with the cupcake the way that this is handed to me. I want that sweet, creamy frosting with every bite of that soft, spongy cake. And I don't want to make a mess all over my face and get frosting up my nose, right? You know what I'm talking about. So I have a solution. I make a cupcake sandwich. Now I can fulfill my purpose. I can get that soft, spongy cake with that frosting in every single bite and not make a mess all over my face. I'm saving it for later. You know, life's a little like that, isn't it? We are handed, okay, this is going to be a little interesting. One second here. as I was saying, life's a little like that. We're handed these events, these traumas, these trials, these situations in our lives. They're just handed to us. And with them is a whole bunch of lies. And then what we do is we just ingest them because we don't even know that we're ingesting lies. And they make messes out of our lives. And they make messes in so many places, and we don't even know why. And it's because we've ingested all these crazy lies. And we can't fulfill our purpose when our lives are a mess. Our purpose, God wants us to have joy and peace in our purpose. Well, my hope is that you will never eat a cupcake again without thinking about two things. The first one is, you can change it up. And the second one is that you would think goodbye past, hello purpose, because you want to let go of the stuff in the past and you want to move forward and live in your God-given purpose. So say that with me. Goodbye past, hello purpose. Goodbye past, hello purpose. Yeah, one more time. Goodbye past, hello purpose. Yeah, because that's where we want to live, is in our God-given purpose. I'm going to have a neck like a turtle when I'm done here. I don't know if there's anything I can do about that. Anyway. So the program that I've developed is called Goodbye Past, Hello Purpose, and it has 3 parts. It's uncover, recover, and discover. We're going to uncover the trials and the lies of your past. We're going to recover the truth about who you really are. And we're going to discover your joy and your purpose. Sound like a plan? Let's move there. Well, cupcakes remind me of parties. And it was always a party with the Dance on My Feet Daddy. He'd extend his long hands to me, and I'd put mine in his and step up on his shoes, and round we'd go. My daddy was also the make funny fish faces daddy, like this. He'd do this. It always made me laugh. And at Christmas time, he was the Chevy Chase daddy, crawling around on the rooftop and hanging all those bright colored lights. Oh, and then after Christmas, he'd saw the limbs off the tree and toss them into the fireplace. I loved my daddy. And I knew he loved me because he called me his princess. Well, it was the 1970s. Who in here remembers the 1970s? Yeah, with disco balls and bell-bottom jeans, right? And boom boxes the size of suitcases. Do you remember those? Did you know that the 70s actually ushered in an era of street dancing? Because for the first time, music was made portable. Little fact for you, huh? Yeah, so I had my own little portable radio. It was a little round AM FM radio, and it hung from a silver strand off a shelf over my bed. Well, this particular morning, my parents called us into the living room, all 3 of us. I was the middle child of 3, 10 years old, 2 brothers, and they sat us down on the couch, and we're like, oh, something big news. We should be excited. I don't know what's going to happen, another trip. And they spoke 3 words. We're getting divorced. Broke my heart, my faith, and my family. I remember like yesterday, the day my daddy left, I was standing on the cold tile floor and I saw his frame on the other side of the door. And I watched him as he stood with his white button-down shirt tucked into his brown polyester pants. His back was to me. And he threw up his arms and he walked away. He walked away from his marriage of 14 years, his 2 boys who needed a dad so much, and from me, his princess. And it wasn't long after that that the Dance on My Feet daddy was replaced by my stepdad, my new stepdad. and he was abusive to us in every way imaginable. Trials. Trials of the heart. We all have trials of the heart, whether it was that broken relationship, or that colleague at work that betrayed you, or that parent that was just too busy to spend time with you. Trials of the heart. Now, you really didn't have to go through a divorce or be abused to understand what it means to be rejected, neglected, and abandoned, right? Trials of the heart. Webster defines a trial as a test of faith. I define it as that moment in life when everything stops. You know what I'm talking about? It's that life-changing, earth-shattering, mind-blowing moment. And little did you know it, but your life would never be the same again. What trials shook your world? Personally, professionally? I'm here to tell you that you can say goodbye to the lies that you internalized with those, and hello to purpose. You can say goodbye to that and still move forward and find joy and purpose in your life. So the first part is we have to uncover the trials in our lives, and then we have to uncover the lies that we believe. Because these lies that we've ingested tell us lies about who we are, who others are, and the world. My two lies: marriages don't last, men don't stay. Those were the two lies that I believed. And I was in therapy one day, and my counselor said to me, "Hey, Deb, you know, it's kind of like you've got 1 foot in the marriage and 1 foot out of the marriage. What's up with that?" I'm like, I have no idea. And so we started to look back on my life and on the events in my life that had challenged me. And I realized it was those two things. Lies. Men don't stay, and marriages don't last. Lies. Did you know that research tells us that 90% of the time, we are actually listening to our brain, and our brain is telling us what to do. We don't tell it what to do. I heard that, I thought, you gotta be kidding me. That is not right. Time Magazine. I was like, okay, maybe it's a legit source. 90% of the time, but think about it. We parent the way our parents parented us. We do marriage the way we saw our parents do marriage. Unless we are conscious and we think about it. We do relationships the way we saw our parents do relationships. It's what we do. 90% of the time. I know it sounds crazy. So what we have to do is we have to become aware of these lies in our lives that are sabotaging us and not allowing us to fulfill our God-given purpose. Now, as you know, the events of my life, you can imagine, following the divorce, were horrific. It was not a happy childhood. But I'm here to tell you that even though I spent decades in the pit of misery, I literally cried every day for almost 20 years. And I wish someone would have had this program that could have helped me understand one of the most important things, how God takes care of you and how God takes this stuff from you. He will take the hurt, he will take the pain, he will put it in the past and help you find your joy and purpose. God literally used me. He wants me to be here to tell you all of this amazing stuff. He plucked me out of the pit. He put me right up here in front of you. He set my heart right. He set my mind right, and he healed me. It's only God that could have done that. Anyone who's been through what I've been through are on meds, in mental hospitals. God healed me. It is only by his grace that I saw that. So I stand here before you as living proof that you too can overcome the lies of your past. I want to help bring hope into your messes. You are not your lies. And I want to help you find your purpose. So God led me to develop Goodbye Past Hello Purpose because he wanted me to show you that there's a way out of your pit. And if you're a mess right now, that's okay. We all end up there at one time or another. And I'm here today to lower a ladder into your pit so that you can make one step up, just up on one rung by having this information. You can have some hope and some joy and know where you're going. So we've just talked about uncovering the importance of uncovering the lies and uncovering the trials. Now we want to talk about recovering the truth. Who are you? No, really. Who are you? Without all your lies. John 10:10 tells us that the enemy comes to steal, kill, and destroy. He comes to steal your joy, kill your faith, and destroy your purpose. Destroy your marriage, destroy your family, destroy your relationships, destroy your business. That is what Satan's work is. But we're going to do something. We're going to stay with the party theme here, right? We got the cupcakes over there. Now we're going to bust open the piñata on your lives. Does that sound like a good thing to do? We're going to get that hammer or whatever it is, that baseball bat, and bust open the piñata on your lives. I told you, my 2 lies. Marriages don't last, men don't stay. So, what are your lies? And maybe you don't even know them. That's okay. When I do the workshops, what I do is I have people write down their lies, and so we work through that a little bit. But today, I want to still do this because it's kind of fun, and it just makes you feel good. I want you to imagine you have a piece of paper in front of you that I've just given you, and you're going to write down a lie on that paper. So just take a second and just think about what that is. I'm not good enough. I don't matter. I don't deserve your time. Marriages don't last. Women don't stay. I don't know what your lie is. But anyway, so now what I want you to do is I want you to take that piece of paper, and we're all going to do this together, okay? So you need your hands. Everybody get your hands. And you're going to pretend you're shredding up that paper. So just pretend you're shredding it in your lap. Shred it, shred it, shred it, shred it. And I do this. Dun, 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 dun. Okay? So now gather all of that up. Gather all of that confetti up, and we're going to do this on the count of 3, and I want you to use your biggest voice you can. On the count of 3, we're going to throw it up, and we're going to say, goodbye past, hello purpose. Are you ready? 1, 2, 3. Goodbye past, hello purpose. Way to go. You guys rock. You see it? See it going up? God is taking that from you, that lie. It's not yours. God works like that, see? He wants to lift those burdens from you, and so he will take your lies just like that. And I got to tell you, I remember very well the day I got both feet back in my marriage. I remember that day. And life kind of started to change for Jeff and me. And I got to tell you now, I've been married to this guy for over 30 years now. And it's just not been easy, has it, honey? But I'm telling you, we are as different as night and day. Any of you in a marriage like that? No, it's hard. Marriage is just hard, let's be honest. But I got to tell you, honey, I'm grateful for you, and I love you, and I respect you. And happy Father's Day. And we did it together, and we keep growing. How cool is that? I'm not saying we don't have our hard days, right, honey? So here's the truth about who you really are. You are a child of the one true King. You are a prince. You are a prince. You are a prince as well. And you ladies are princesses. You are God's princesses. God calls us princess. You belong to the one true King. That is the truth about who you are. He is the best father you could ever have. Your earthly father is going to fall short. It's just because of sin and the fall. It's just how it is. But your Father in heaven, he will always be the dance on my feet daddy. That's right. He'll always be there for you. You're necessary to his plan. God heals the brokenhearted and he binds up their wounds. He had a plan before you were ever born. Did you know that? Scripture tells us that. He has a plan before you were ever born, before you ever saw the light of day. He knew what your purpose was for your life. You are necessary to his plan. You matter in history. That's how important you are to him. Now let's talk about the second part of John 10:10, because this is important. He says, I've come so that they may have life and have it to its full. What did he say? So that they may have life and have it to its, say that again, have it to its what? Full. It's full. Not, oh, I've just got a mediocre life. Not, oh, life is so hard. Can't wait to go home. That's not what he wanted. He wants you to have relationships that are awesome. He wants you to have love and peace and joy and abundance. That's what he wants for you. Life to its full. All right, do you remember part 3? We did part 1 and part 2. Now we're going to do part 3. We uncovered, we recovered the truth about who you really are. Now, we're going to the next part, which is daunting. Or maybe it's exciting. I bet you've searched for it maybe for years, or maybe a decade or 2, or maybe your entire life. That is your purpose. And when you find your purpose, it ignites joy in a way you never imagined. So I call this your designed purpose. This is how God made you. He made each one of us with different gifts. You know, like one of my gifts is not to change a tire on a car. It's just not my gift. You know, I call Jeff, or I call AAA, or Mike Byer, right? Yeah. So we all have our God-given gifts. What are your God-given gifts? They're the things that God gave you. Maybe it's writing, maybe it's drawing, maybe it's carpentry. Let's look at the Schultzes. What is one of their gifts? One of their gifts is hospitality. They have us out here. They're really sad that we're not here every week this summer. They're trying to make that happen. They think it's important. They provide the coffee for us. They keep up the grounds, and they've redone some of the cabins, and they're just gorgeous. And they have this restaurant here that provides great food. And if you ever need a job, they're very kind to their employees. Our kids worked there for a couple of years. So that's their gift. You know, one of my gifts is to speak. I think I came out of the womb like this, like, oh, hey, where's the microphone? Hey. Oh, man, any of you know me know I like to talk. But it was about a year and a half ago, and I woke up, it was wintertime, January, and I'd been a stay-at-home mom for about a decade. And I was like, okay, you know, here I have this degree, and I'd seen some clients, not a lot. And I'm like, all right, well, you know, I'm 55, no big deal. I'm retired, basically. I did, you know, some volunteer work and marriage mentoring and things like that. But I woke up this particular morning and I stretched. Oh, let's see, it's only minus 25 today. It's a good day. Minnesota winters. Anyway, I woke up and this voice said to me, you need to get speaking. I'm like, okay. Now, I do hear God talk to me. It's not voices like, you know, schizophrenia or anything like that. I just want to tell you. He does speak to me. And I just threw back my covers and planted my feet on the ground. I said, I know, Lord, but I really don't know what about. And so I thought I was off the hook. And he said, forgiveness. I'm like, what? Forgiveness? La 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 la. Do you ever do that? God speaks to you. You hear this voice that says, you need to do this, or you need to stop doing that. And you go, la 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 la. Because you don't want to hear it. I've done that. I did that this morning. Not this morning. That morning. Back in January. Oh boy, but here I am. He wanted me to speak about forgiveness. And if you were here last year, you heard me speak about forgiveness. I did that. This year we're talking about purpose. So 2 kinds of purpose. There is your designed purpose, gifts and talents that we just talked about. You know, just turn to your neighbor and tell them what one of their gifts or talents are. Let them know. And if not that, then tell what one of your gifts and talents are that you know about. What are your gifts and talents? Oh, some people here, it's like, oh, your gift is this, and the person goes, oh, I don't think so. No, no, that's not. Oh no, I didn't know. I love it. So anyway, the first type of purpose is your designed purpose, but the second type of purpose is called your kingdom purpose. Kingdom purpose. Now, when you do kingdom purpose, you step into other people's messes. Kingdom purpose isn't necessarily a feel-good kind of thing, and it has nothing to do with you. It is completely about somebody else. It's about meeting their needs. And it's for people, the broken, the hurting, the sick, the poor. It's for others, not for you. Kingdom purpose. Why do that? I don't know. Kingdom, the broken, the hurting. It's a little overwhelming. The poor. Well, we do it because you're investing eternally. It matters. It's not just this life on this planet. It's for eternity. You do it because even sometimes there isn't a thank you attached to it. And you're reflecting God's love to them. You matter. It's that time when you actually help someone else. And what do you help them with? You help them uncover the lies about their past and who they are. You help them recover the truth about who they are. And you help them discover their joy and their purpose. That's kingdom work. That is cool. And sometimes the why is simply because it's a part of God's purpose. I love this book. Have any of you read this? Bob Goff, Everybody Always? Yeah, a couple people read it. Good stuff. Two really cool quotes that he has. We call it Earth. God calls it a big neighborhood. Gotta take care of each other. Another one, God's big plan. Go love everybody always. Everybody always. Not just when it feels right. Not just when it's easy. Go love everybody always. Now maybe you've got a lie about the scary people he talks about, the scary people that I just talked about, the sick, the hurting, the wounded, whatever. Maybe you've got a lie about that. Well, I want you to do this. You know what I just did? It was hard to do with one hand. Changed it up. Change up that lie. You matter in kingdom work, in kingdom